Us from the Mehrauli police station. We'll go across to him, and we also have, beg your pardon, Akash is joining us from the Mehrauli police station, and Yash is joining us from the Mehrauli forest. We'll go across to both of them, but before that, let's also listen in and play out for our viewers the conversation that Aftab's friend had with us here at CNN News 18. This is a person who knew him for at least 2 to 3 years, and they went to the same coaching classes. Listen in.
You are not in regular touch with Aftab, ऐसा कह रहे हैं आप? तो सर बेसिकली अभी जो केस हुआ है उसमें आपका क्या व्यू है, आप बता सकते हैं? मतलब आफ्ताब के बारे में जिस तरह से डिटेल्स आ रही हैं कि जिस तरह से वो जो मर्डर किया है, और उसको मतलब सुन के आपको कुछ ऐसा?
ऑब्वियसली मेरे लिए ये शॉकिंग न्यूज़ है सर, क्योंकि किसी के लिए भी ये ऑल ओवर इंडिया सबके लिए ये शॉकिंग न्यूज़ ही है जिसने ये सुना है। ठीक है, तो मेरा तो एक टाइम पे वो फ्रेंड हुआ करता था, तो मेरे लिए भी वो शॉकिंग न्यूज़ है। जी नहीं, हम लोग सिर्फ क्लासेस में साथ में थे, कॉलेज में जब हम थे तब 12th में। राइट।
तो मतलब कभी उसके बिहेवियर में ऐसा लगा कि वो बहुत वायलेंट है या रिवेंजफुल है या
ऐसा कभी नहीं लगा, फ्रेंडली नेचर था उनका।
Shraddha's murder, which took place on the 18th of May, has shook the conscience of the nation. And in fact, that particular murder is unfolding in these jungles of Mehrauli in the national capital. Yesterday and day before yesterday, Aftab was brought to this crime scene to make confession as to what and where he has thrown those pieces of body of Shraddha. And in fact, today, the police officials from Delhi are on ground and they are investigating this entire jungle to collect more and more evidences. First of all, I would show you certain visuals. What the Delhi police officials are doing right now, they are trying to make way for them by cutting down and chopping down these bushes and trees, is to make this investigation a smooth process. You can see in these visuals, these terrains are actually very tough, and it is very tough for the police to get inside the jungle and to collect all those evidences which Aftab had pointed to. In fact, what we are also given to understand, a thigh bone has also been found in these jungles, but it still remains to be ascertained whether that bone belongs to Shraddha or not.
Right, we'll go across to Yash, who's still at that Mehrauli forest. It's so dense, and even during the day, it can be quite unnerving to be alone in that area, which is a vast expanse of dense jungle and nothing around. How he managed to go in the dead of the night 2 to 3 kilometers into that jungle, and how was he able to get his bearings is another aspect. We'll try and get Yash to tell us a little more. But first, quickly going across to Akash. Akash, what has happened through the day with the cops? What have we been able to understand? Has he been clear or evasive about where is the head of Shraddha? The head or the face? Has he been forthcoming or has he been evasive there? And if he's not at the Mehrauli jail, where is he?
Right. So, coming to the point, Anand, as far as the information that we have got from our sources within the Delhi police, so officers were saying that he was not cooperating initially, and that is the reason why they are unable to recover the murder weapon and all other evidences. And also, this is the reason why, they went forward for the narco test. Now, two important takeaways before I come to the point that where is Aftab as of now. Two important takeaways from this particular order. The first one is that police has been given 5 additional days for the custody, and also about this narco test, because the consent of the accused is very crucial while it is about narco test, and somewhere the accused has agreed that he is okay with the narco test. Now, after the detailed order, we'll get to know as to what court has decided, but narco test can be done in the national capital itself, because we are learning and we are reporting since morning that Ambedkar Hospital of the national capital has this facility now, and narco test can be done in this particular hospital. In fact, police officers have a list of questions where they will be asking these questions to the accused in the in the narco test. Also, since yesterday, we were learning that there are some groups who are protesting as of now against this particular incident, and in fact, they are demanding the capital punishment for the accused. But, police shifted Aftab from this particular place. This is the place where, he was kept from last 3 to 4 days and he was being investigated. But as of now, he has been shifted to some other location, and police officers are not revealing that particular location because of the security concern. But as of now, this was an important hearing and two important takeaways. The first one is the 5 days police custody, and the second one is that the accused has agreed on the narco test.
Right. So the accused has agreed on the narco test. That is one of the aspects. But there is clear threat. Now, what is his state of mind? How composed is he, or is he looking flustered? These are aspects. And will he change the versions? That is another point. What have the cops been able to find in the jungles in Mehrauli? Yash.
Well, Anand, still now 10 bones have been found by the police officials till yesterday, and today what we're given to understand, a thigh bone has also been recovered by the police official, but that is to be ascertained whether it belongs to Shraddha or not. Well, in fact, I'll show you the visuals from this very place we are reporting since morning. You can see these terrains are actually very tough, and this is a very dense forest, and this extended police custody will actually work as a shot in the arm for the police in the national capital. Is to it's been 2 days to Uttarakhand and certain other places, and after that there is a possibility that he will be brought back to this very location, because here we are talking about what police officials have been saying, that Shraddha was butchered into 35 pieces, and till now 11 to 12 of those pieces have been found in these forests. So we are still looking at many other pieces of a body which police could actually locate from this very jungle. And in fact, teams are working in bits and pieces. In the morning, we have seen certain teams at one point searching and cordoning off that particular area, and then the another team is at another point searching and cordoning off that particular area. Because this is a very big Mehrauli. This Mehrauli jungle is actually very big, and police cannot cordon off the entire area at once to investigate this matter.
Well, are they actually gathering any and every bone fragment that they're getting? Or are they being able to discern what could be a human bone or what could be an animal remain? There, Yash.
Well, yes, Anand, in fact, this is the very interesting and the main point which you have raised over here. In fact, this is a jungle where we're talking about, we can find wild animals over here. So it is very tough to differentiate between a bone of an animal or of a human. And in fact, that is what the forensics teams have been doing at the spot, or the Delhi police is collecting evidence, and then those evidences are given to the forensic teams to ascertain whether it is a human bone or it's an animal bone. Or in fact, there's another thing is it is very important to ascertain if any evidence which has been collected by the police over here at this very ground is of Shraddha or not.
Right, that is the biggest task, a gargantuan challenge for the Delhi police, because they're going to find lots of bone, lots of meat, lots of fragments and remains, and they'll have to then test all of it and eventually match it with Shraddha's DNA. So if they get any of the body parts from there and that matches Shraddha's DNA, they have a case. But a more robust case happens if they are able to find the head, the chopped head, the severed head, and where that has been disposed. We'll try and go back to Anvit and Anshul and also Akash in just a bit. In the meantime, there is a plumber who has witnessed Aftab, who lived just in that building at the on the ground floor. CNN News 18 spoke with him. Listen to what he had to say.
मैंने लड़की को तो उसी समय देखा, फर्स्ट टाइम जब वो शिफ्ट हुए थे यहाँ पर, तो उस समय मैंने आते हुए गली से आते हुए और सीढ़ी पे चढ़ते हुए देखा है। सामान लेके आए थे, हाथ में बैग था लड़की के, और उसके बाद लड़की को तो मैंने नहीं देखा, पर लड़के को मैंने कई बार देखा है, क्योंकि वो ऑनलाइन ऑर्डर करके खाना मंगाते थे, तो डिलीवरी वाले मेरे घर के सामने खड़े होते हैं। एक बार डिलीवरी वाले ने मेरे से पूछा भी था कि ये आफ्ताब नाम का कौन है, मतलब कि कहाँ रहते हैं। मैंने कहा यहाँ तो ऐसे मैंने अपनी गली में तो ऐसा कोई है नहीं, कोई नया आया हो, कोई किराएदार हो तो मेरे को पता नहीं इसके बारे में, आप कॉल करके पता कर लीजिए। जब उन्होंने कॉल किया है, जब वो नीचे आए हैं, तब मेरे को पता पड़ा है कि ये हिंदू है, मुसलमान है, आफ्ताब है, नहीं तो मेरे को पता ही नहीं था इसके बारे में।
Well, Anvit, one of the aspects for the cops, the psychoanalysis and now the narco analysis. Narco analysis results are not admissible in court, but do the cops want to do it so that they can ascertain whether Aftab is taking them on a wild goose chase or telling the truth? Is that the basic reason why they want to get it done?
That is the very basis, Anand. And, I would also like to make a difference. Psychoanalysis test and narco analysis are two different things. Police want the psychoanalysis test to understand the line of thought, the thought process that this man has. He had been living with a live-in partner for past 3 years. They were together, and then one night, as per his confessions, he, in a fit of rage, he murders her first and then chops her into 35 odd pieces and scatters her body. Police are wanting to know whether this man has been under some trauma in the past, which has resulted in him unleashing such brutality on a live-in partner. Narco analysis test, on the other hand, will give police actually a clear idea of whether this man is trying to take them on a wild goose chase or he's stating truth. Narco analysis test, sodium pentothal is injected in the person, which is also known as truth serum. This chemical takes a person to a hypnotic kind of stage and allows them to speak freely and not able to restrict truth. So
Right.
police are, even though this is not admissible as you rightly mentioned, but police are looking forward that he might spill some beans which may lead them to crucial evidences in this case which are still missing.
Anshul, what did the lawyers have to say? Is there anybody who's trying to defend Aftab, or is he arguing his case for himself so far? There is word that he has not called for a lawyer. He's not asked for the services of a lawyer. What details do we have on that front?
The officer of the case was the person who actually came out and put forth his demand in front of the court, because the police was seeking police custody in this entire extension in police custody in the entire matter, and hence the investigating officer of the case came and asked for that police custody. However, there was no arguments from either sides of the lawyers, because the police that was being heard in front of the courts, and the you said that it is very, very crucial that police custody is.
He went to places like Kasol, Manali, Dharamshala, and then places in Uttarakhand before arriving in Delhi on the 8th of May. So all these, he needs to be taken to all these places so that a sequence of events could be made, which could help the police in framing the final charge sheet in this case. And the judge has agreed to all these points, and that is the reason why a 5-day extension has been given, although the IO was seeking for a 10-day police custody. But yes, the judge said that 5 days would be enough, since 5 days of police custody has already been given. So yes, the judge said that 5-day police custody would be enough, in which the narco test could also be conducted. And also over the next few days, we could expect that the police might take Aftab to places in Himachal and Dharamshala, and also to the hotel in which he was living from May 8th to May 13th, just before he shifted into that house in Chhatarpur.
Right. Yash, every time for 4 days Aftab has been taken to the Mehrauli jungle. Has he taken the cops to the same spot every time, or did he visit a different spot every night? And did he say that he has disposed some remains in different parts of the jungle? The other question is, how was he able to access those areas in the dead of the night at 2 a.m.?
Well, Anand, first I will answer the first question you have asked. Well, in fact, Aftab had said to the police, and he has actually maintained that he has thrown those body pieces in different parts of this jungle to avoid any sort of suspicion. And yesterday he was brought to this very location, and also day before yesterday actually Aftab was brought in from one part of the jungle, and today he has been brought from the other part of the jungle. So Aftab had maintained till now, what we are given to understand from our sources, is that he has said that he had thrown these body parts in different locations in this very jungle, and this is actually a very big jungle. It starts from Chhatarpur and it ends towards the Gurgaon border, Haryana border, and that's what he had been maintaining, that he had scattered all those pieces in different parts of the jungle. To answer the second question, why he chose that particular timing in the night is because when the police talked about when there were certain allegations made by the police as to when he was roaming around in the city, why police was not able to catch him. That was the same defense he was using. The time he chose was 2 a.m. in the morning, and it was because there was actually very less police on the roads, and in fact people were also moving. There was less movement of people, and in fact these terrains and these jungles are not quite accessible to common people, and that's why he chose this particular jungle to dispose of Shraddha's body. And in fact he also what we can understand from what happened inside, what happened with the questioning with this main accused in this matter, He has told that all the pieces have been thrown in this part, in this jungle only, but they are thrown in different parts, and it's actually a Herculean task for the police to collect all the pieces and to make sure that all the pieces of Shraddha's bodies are collected.
Right.
And in fact, a forensic report will be the next way forward to ascertain whether those body parts belong to Shraddha or not.
We talked about